Hello everyone! This hour on Verbling, the next in my Hot Topic series, we're going to be doing a special In the News Hot Topic where we take a news article and I give you a little bit of work with vocabulary, then we read it, do a little listening work, and then we talk about it together as a class. So that's a bit about my class. Here's a bit about me. I'm Jon-Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour, and I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. Here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up, which means turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so we can keep the classroom nice and quiet. Tune in to the new words you learn when you are speaking so you can use them actively and I can correct you. And finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And that is all you need to know about me. Now I'm going to get my name on the screen here. I just have to write Verbling Teacher so you know who I am. And let's get started. And can you see me? Is it working? Is it working? More or less. All right. Let's see who we got here. Hyde. Long time no see.
Yeah, because your lesson is the same time of my Spanish.
Oh no, but
Spanish is a real beginner class.
Oh no, but English is more important, Hyde. You gotta stay with me. Forget Spanish. Forget it.
I enrolled the babbling to study Spanish, main term for me.
Yeah, but forget Spanish. Everyone knows Spanish. You gotta learn English. Maybe I'll join you. I should work on my Spanish too. I don't speak Spanish very well. I don't speak English. I don't speak English very well. I don't speak anything very well. I gotta. So many languages I want to learn. By the way, Hyde, I keep calling you Hyde, but am I saying that? Am I saying it? But it's not Heidi, right? It's Hyde.
My name is Hyde. I'm sorry.
You gotta stay with me. Okay. Because someone was saying that you were on Colinguo before, but they kept calling you Heidi. That's why I was wondering if it was maybe I was saying your name wrong. So I'm saying your name right, yeah?
Yes, my name is Heidi.
Okay. So not Heidi, but Hyde, right?
Hyde, yes.
Okay, good. We're clear. Excellent. Let's say hello to some people I don't think I know. Let's see. We've got Julio. How are you, Julio?
I'm doing fine, teacher. By the way, where did you come from? Because I didn't see your class in the timetable.
It wasn't.
It's not listed. No, it wasn't.
It's magic, Julio. Magic.
Yeah,
because our overlords at Verbling said there were empty times. The overlords. So they said there were empty time slots, and I just happened to see the email, so I jumped on Verbling, and here I am. So it wasn't on the time schedule, but it is now. I just happened to notice that there were some empty time slots, so here I am. And we're going to have fun today, Julio. Lots of fun. Julio, where are you from?
Can you guess?
Spain.
Close enough. I'm from Mexico.
Same thing. Now, Mexico, that's in Spain, right? I'm American. We don't know geography very well.
Oh my God, are you for real? No, you're kidding, right?
I live in Lisbon, Portugal, so I'm not too far from Spain, actually. I live in Lisbon, so I live pretty far from you.
Well, Mexico, it's not in Spain. Mexico, it's a country by itself.
I know. I'm joking. I'm just
okay. It's just hard to get the American sarcasm sometimes. Damn, I have to practice.
It's not American sarcasm. It's just my sarcasm.
Okay, well, Anglo sarcasm.
So, yeah, that could be. Julio, let's do this. Hyde already knows me. You're having the pleasure of meeting me for the first time. I'm sure it's pleasurable. This is what I usually do. I try to share documents with everyone. So right now, I've got our notes, not the notes, but the text we're going to work on in the chat window. Okay? So if you want, you can open that up. I had to put this together really, really fast, so I'd probably be adding some things to it. I'm not sure. But anyway, if you want to download that or you want to open it so that you can see it better, or I'm going to share my screen, but it's going to be a little small. Okay, but anyway, this is what it looks like when you open it. This is the second news class I'm doing in my Hot Topic series. I usually do this in the morning, and I pick a topic that we can have a kind of long discussion about, big serious topic, maybe about politics, maybe about other things. Today we're going to do a short one, and I'm going to focus a little bit more on language because the story is kind of funny. Okay, so I'll share my screen, but if you want to open it, click on that link and open it or download it. So the first thing we're going to do, you've got the table of contents, and you'll see under warm-up, synonym match. So the first thing
I want to open, but I can't see any link.
No?
You posted?
I will
Same
post
here.
it. You don't see it? Okay, hold on.
No.
Hold on. I'll post it inside of the group chat. 1 second. What about now? Can you see it inside of the group chat? Yeah? Okay. All right. Okay, there you go. I see you both inside. Okay, the very first thing we're going to do before we read, we're going to do a little vocabulary mini lesson and then a little listening mini lesson, little one, to get us prepared for this, for the reading and for the discussion. So the first thing we're going to do is just use our knowledge of English to try to match the some of the synonyms that I've posted for you, because you're going to find them in the text. So I've given you a simple word on the right, and then the word that you're going to see on the left, or vice versa. You've got to match them together, and that should be something. We can do that together. We'll just go around the room and see how it sounds. Okay? So for example, hide. Phrase. What we can do is just quickly scan down the letters A to J and tell me which one do you think is the best match to the word phrase. Remember, phrase can mean different things in different languages. Phrase in Portuguese means a sentence. Maybe Spanish too. Phrase in English does not mean a sentence. It's a little bit different.
It's a phrase is some group of words.
Uh-huh. So which of those synonyms on the right side do you think it matches?
Not completed sentence phrase. So expression.
Expression is correct. In English, phrase is an expression. So I'm going to post the answers for you there. One would be F. Another way to say comparison. Another way to say comparison. Julio.
Well, comparison is when you actually compare one thing with another.
Yeah.
I guess the closest meaning or the closest word is similarity.
I agree. In this list, similarity is the closest word. Okay? So you're going to be finding these words, I think it's the words on the left, in the text. So this is a little game you could play with yourself, even when you're reading on your own. You can pick out scan a text, pick out some difficult words, see if you can find a synonym, verify by going online and Googling or something like that. It's a good way to get yourself prepared for a difficult reading. Hide. Astronomical. Astronomical.
Huge. No.
What's that?
Not huge.
You said huge?
No.
No or yes? Because if you said huge, I agree with you. In this list, huge is the closest word. Astronomical can mean something so big it only fits out there in like you need to be an astronomer to see things that big. So it's a synonym of huge. That's absolutely right. Okay, and back to Julio. Figure. Figure. Now, figure can be a noun. Figure can be a verb. It depends on how we use it.
figure. I would say, figure out a ballpark figure, geometrical figure.
Could be a geometrical figure. It could be figure out as a verb, right? By the way, I'll put the ones in bold we've already done, so you don't, so we can eliminate those. So similarity was done, expression was done, and what was the other one? Huge. Huge was done. J.
I would go with the idiom ballpark figure, which remains
Uh-huh.
that kind of reminds me of an amount of something.
I think
Exactly.
not appear. Here is a
Sorry?
man. I thought it appear.
Well, if you're saying amount, the closest word would be what? Julio. The closest word to amount in this list is what?
Amount is some.
Is?
Amount,
Amount is
figure.
maybe some.
No,
Oh,
some.
I see. You
Some
mean the word amount. You mean letter H, amount.
amount. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
Ama,
Well,
ama, yeah.
she's saying amount. She's saying some is amount. Okay.
Yes.
So if it's not
Yeah.
I think
amount,
figure appear. Appeared. A.
appear for figure? Why?
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Because figure out, it's nothing to do with appearance. It's about
No, it is amount. It is amount because there is another one that matches some better. For
which is
example, which is whole.
No.
whole.
Although
Whole
that's
is the
entire
entire.
too.
Whole is the entire.
Whole is entire. That's
Entire.
true.
So some is
Okay, let's skip it. We'll come back to it
amount.
in a second. We'll eliminate the others. Okay, we'll come back to it in a second. So 5 is entire, and Hyde, you were saying that was what?
Entire is
Yeah,
a whole. Whole.
is whole.
Letter C.
I agree with you. Oh, I put the wrong letter for number 3. Oh, hold on a second. Number 3 was huge, and huge is J. Sorry. Okay. Okay, we're halfway done. So after that, we have some. We're back to Julio for some.
That's sum is an amount.
Exactly. Right. Some is an amount. Okay. I'll put these in bold once we use them. Okay, good. Now we're back to Hyde for seems. Number 7, seems.
Appeared.
Appears is absolutely right. Right. Seems is appears.
Oh, I got it. Figure
Right?
its number.
Yeah, that's right. Number. So number 4 was B for number. Okay. Appears. We did number now. We're down to the last 3. So let's go to, no, last 2. 8 was retaliation. I don't remember who was next, but anyway. Whoever's got it, say it. Retaliation. Retaliation.
Revenge.
Revenge. I agree. So revenge is letter I on our list. Okay. I, hello, type, go. Okay, there we go. Number 9 is insult. Hi, I think that's you. Insult.
Offense.
Offense is absolutely right. Okay, bold. There we go. D, and our last one is for Julio. Last one is routinely. Notice it's an adverb, ly, routinely. Well,
That's
there's
a
only
tough
one left. There's only one left.
I would go with letter G.
Nope.
Oh,
Just kidding. You're right.
just lost $1 million.
Routinely and regularly. I want you to keep these words in mind because you're going to encounter them in the text. So these synonyms should help you with some difficult or tricky vocabulary words. But we're going to do one more thing. I'm going to have you listen to the text before you read it. So on the next page, you'll notice I've taken out a bunch of words and I've put them at the very top. Julio, why don't you read the title of our article for us? Can you see it in yellow?
Yup, it's man sues New York City for $1 zillion or $2 zillion.
How do you know that's a zillion? That's a
I'm
good
in
guess. That's a good guess. Hey, wait, we got someone else here I didn't see. Who's this? Saeed, I didn't see you come in. Hello, Saeed. Saeed, when you get your microphone on, say hello to us. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Are you there?
Yes, it's fine.
Hello,
I met.
Saeed.
Hello,
Where are you from, Saeed?
from Dubai.
From Dubai. There's a
Yes,
place I might be moving to in the near future. Very interesting.
yes, you should.
I should. I might actually be there one day. I might be teaching there. You never know.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
possible. I need to look you up. You have to show me around. Saeed, this is what
Yes.
we're going to do. In the first part, we took some difficult, not difficult, but some tricky words, as you can see on screen, that you're going to encounter in the text. We tried to make them a little easier by finding synonyms.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to have you listen to a summary of the article that we're going to read, and you're going to try to fill in some of the missing words. So you're going to be listening for the details now. I'm going to read this, and you're going to try to fill in some of the missing words, and I've taken them out and put them on top to make your life a little easier. I never know how easy I should make your lives. So last time I did it without putting in words, but it seemed like it took a long time. So here what I want you to do is listen once for the general idea, and then use the context, use the sentence itself to decide which word goes back. If you remember it, great, but if you have trouble, you're going to use the context to make an educated guess.
Okay.
Okay. And you can write these down on a piece of paper or write in the chat window or just remember. It's entirely up to you. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to read it 2 times. Once for the gist. I'm going to ask you what the gist is. Gist is general idea, of course. I'm going to ask you what the gist of the text is. Then I'm going to read it a second time for you to fill in the missing words. Are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Yes? No, you've got to say ready. Are you ready? Ready! Scream it. Yay!
Bring
There
it
we go.
on.
All right. Here we go. Bring it on, dude. There is a phrase in English when someone gets a big salary that they earn telephone numbers. A man in New York, I can't read, excuse me. A man in New York is suing the city and others for so much that it is impossible to think of a comparison. Anton Purissima, 62, is is suing for oh my God, I don't even know what this word is. Undecillion. I've never heard that word in my life. I've been speaking English for 40 years and I never heard that word. Is suing for $2 undecillion dollars. Over 99.99% of English speakers would not know or have heard of the word for this amount. That astronomical figure is $2 undecillion dollars, a 2 followed by 36 zeros. The only people who are likely to need this word are probably astrophysicists and astronomers. $2 undecillion dollars is, in fact, more than all the money in the whole world, even more than all the wealth created throughout humankind's entire history. So, what did New York City do so wrong to be sued for such a mind-boggling, gargantuan sum? Quite a lot, it seems. The New York Post reports that Mr. Purissima is suing the city, as well as 2 local hospitals, LaGuardia Airport, the transportation system, a bakery, and even a dog owner for, quote, civil rights violations, personal injury, discrimination in national origin, retaliation, harassment, fraud, attempted murder, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and conspiracy to defraud. Why? Well, it's because last month a, quote, rabies-infected dog bit his finger on a city bus. Then a, quote, Chinese couple took photos of him without asking. And to add insult to injury, he is routinely overcharged for coffee at LaGuardia Airport. And that is the story of how New York City was sued for $2 undezillion. So, let's start with the gist. If you had to tell someone else about the story, if you had to give them the gist of the story, how would you sum it up? Hyde, what would you say? So what's the gist? Hyde?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the gist of this news article? What's the gist? If you had to summarize it. Imagine you're telling someone who didn't hear about this and you had to give them the main idea. What's the gist?
A man sued the New York City.
Oh, you can't use the word sue. You can't use any word in the title. I want you to use your own word. So replace sue for something else.
Sue, not
Yeah.
sue.
Yeah, don't use the word sue. Use a different word.
Indicted.
Indicted. Oh, okay. Well, he's not a judge, so he didn't indict them, right? But that's the right idea. Can anyone help her out? Julio, what's a word you could use instead of sue?
I would say a man is asking for a monetary compensation.
Ah, very good. He's asking for is a good paraphrase. Monetary compensation. Okay. And Saeed, how would you finish that statement? A man is asking for monetary compensation for? What would you say, Saeed? Let's see if he's still there. He's there. Oh, there he is. Okay. Go for it.
I'm there. But
Being humiliated.
I can't complete it. So,
No?
No.
Not even with some words that you know? You don't have to use fancy words.
No, I don't have any idea.
Oh my God. Was the text not clear? Was it difficult?
Little.
A little bit? Okay, well, we're going to hear it a second time. Hyde, I think you were saying something. Did I cut you off?
For being humiliated.
For being humiliated. That's interesting, too. That's good. Because the text doesn't really say that. Not really, but that's really what it sounds like, doesn't it? So our gist statement is, in fact, let's put this in the chat window. A man is asking for monetary compensation for, well, we got to say from New York City for...
You cannot use New York City.
Sorry?
You have to say, you cannot say New York City because
can't.
it's in the text.
I can't.
You have
So
to
I'm
say
gonna,
from the Big Apple.
yeah, I got to say the Big Apple. You're right. Good call. From the Big Apple for being humiliated, which is what it sounds like, because I kind of doubt the dog had rabies, and I kind of doubt that he's paying more for coffee than anyone else. So there's our gist statement. The gist is the main idea. Okay. Now I want you to listen a second time, Said. Listen a second time. And you can choose any of those words on screen at the top to fill in the missing blanks. You can also download this to your computer. If you go to the chat window, you'll see the link. You can download it so you can fill it in on your personal computer, or you can open it in the browser. Okay? Listen a second time.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready!
Yay!
There you go. Scream with enthusiasm. Ready! Here we go. There is a phrase in English when someone gets a big salary that they earn, quote, telephone numbers. A man in New York City is suing the city and others for so much that it is impossible to think of a comparison. Anton Purissima, 62, is suing for $2 undezillion. Over 99.9% of English speakers would not know or have heard of this word for that amount. That astronomical figure is $2 undezillion, a 2 followed by 36 zeros. The only people who are likely to need this word are probably astrophysicists and astronomers. $200 is in fact more than all the money in the whole world, even more than all the wealth created throughout mankind's entire history. So, what did New York City do so wrong to be sued for such a mind-boggling gargantuan sum? Quite a lot, it seems. The New York Post reports that Mr. Purissima is suing the city, as well as two local hospitals, LaGuardia Airport, the transportation system, a bakery, even a dog owner, for civil rights violations, personal injury, discrimination in national origin, retaliation, harassment, fraud, attempted murder, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and even conspiracy to defraud. Why? Well, it seems because last month a quote, rabies-infected dog bit his finger on a city bus. Then a quote, Chinese couple took pictures of him without asking. And to add insult to injury, he is routinely overcharged for coffee at LaGuardia Airport. And that is the story of the man who sued New York for $200 zillion. Now, what I want you to do is read the text back to me and try to fill in the missing words. Read the text back. So you've got all of your words there at the top. In fact, I'm going to take the space out. Fact followed, speaker, entire, earn, impossible, likely amount, infected, attempt, system, insult, some, distress, local, and violations. And when we're going to go around the room, everyone pick a sentence, read it back with the right word. Okay? And I'll be there to correct you if you need help. So, Hyde, why don't you start us off with the first sentence?
I, I missed.
Go for it. Make your best guess.
There is a phrase in English when someone gets a big salary that they telephone numbers.
That they blank telephone numbers. Well, remember, telephone numbers stands for a monetary amount.
Amount.
No.
They
Telephone.
attempt some verb, right? This phrase.
Absolutely, it's a verb.
Attempted. No.
That's not a word. Attempted is up there. Oh, it is, but that would be in the past. So it's not in the past because there is a phrase in the present when someone gets it that day. So it's probably in the present. It's got to be a present verb. Hey, they earn. Of course, they earn. That's right. So number one is earn. I'm going to put it in bold so we don't use it again. So they earn telephone numbers. Julio, keep going.
A man in New York is suing the city and others for so much that it's almost impossible to think of a comparison.
Almost impossible is correct. Very good. And you know that it's impossible because it follows the verb to be. Is impossible. Adjectives follow the verb to be. So that's one way you could figure out what part of speech was missing. Okay, so I think we've got, yeah, Said, why don't you continue there? Anton Purissima.
Yes. Anton Proxima, 62, ensuing for two and
Undecillion.
Endicillion
Undecillion, yeah.
over 99.99% for English speakers would not
Good.
know
English speakers, good. Yeah, keep going.
would not know or have heard of the word for this amount.
For this amount is correct. Very good. And we're back to Hyde.
That astronomical figure is two undecillion dollars are two by 36 zeros. Two. Wow. Two what?
Well, you've got the word by, which is a preposition. And if you see a preposition, they are usually preceded by a verb. So you're probably looking for a verb.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, or some kind of a verb. Could
Wow.
be.
Oh.
Or a form of a verb, at least. Where are the zeros? Are they before the two, or are they after the two?
To follow.
Exactly. They're after, so they are followed by. That's
Followed
it.
by.
They are followed by. Very good. Okay, and Julio.
The only people who are um, mm, mm, likely
Very
to
good.
need this
Likely.
word
Good.
are probably astrophysicists and astronomers.
Astrophysicists.
Astrophysicists.
Good.
Okay,
That's it.
I
Said.
missed a syllable there.
But you
Yes.
got it back, so it's okay. Said.
Yes.
Two. Keep going. Two.
Two. Two Andesilian.
Undecillion.
$2 Andesilian is in fact more than
Good.
more than all the money in the whole world.
That's good. Keep going. That was too easy. Keep going.
Yes, even more than all the wealth created through humankind's or humankind's.
Humankind's.
Yes, humankind's hair, hair,
Humankind's what? Sorry?
entire maybe.
Entire is correct.
Yes, yes, entire.
That's it. So you'll notice that I put all the words from the first paragraph on the top and all the words from the bottom paragraph on the bottom to make it a little bit easier for you. Okay? Let me move these down so we can see them on screen. Maybe I can put these here. One second. Uh-oh, didn't work. Let me undo that. Hold on. Sometimes Google does not cooperate. There we go. Okay, I'm going to move these down so we can see them on screen. Give me just a second. And remember, when you're in doubt, try to use the context. See what part of speech is the best, that would be the best clue. If it follows the verb to be, it's probably an adjective, for example. If there's a preposition after it, it might be a verb. So you can use those kind of clues to help you make an educated guess. Okay, we're back to Hyde. So
what did New York City do wrong to the suit for such a mind-bogglingly gargantuan
gargantuan.
gargantuan sum?
For mind-boggling, gargantuan sum is correct. Julio.
Quite a lot, it seems. The New York City Post reports that Mr. Purisima is suing the city, as well as two hospitals, as
Yeah.
two
Hospitals is a
local
noun. Right.
hospitals.
So it's a noun, so you were looking for an adjective, and local is an adjective, and that's correct. Two local hospitals. Keep going.
LaGuardia Airport, the transportation, and
Now, transportation, in this case, is an adjective. So what's the noun? Transportation what?
transportation system.
That's it. Transportation system. Okay. And go to the end of that sentence there. Just to transportation system. Next line. Keep going. Oh, actually, no. We got to give Said a chance. I'm sorry. Said, keep going. Personal injury.
What is
So,
it? The New York.
so remember, the last thing was even a dog owner for civil. Oh, no. Sorry. No, he said LaGuardia Airport, the transportation system.
Yes, a bakery.
Yeah.
Yes, a bakery, and even a dog owner for civil rights violations.
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 That's right. Very good. Violations. Keep reading.
Violations. Personal
Injury.
injury. Personal injury. Discrimination in national origin. Retaliations.
Wait. Retaliation.
Retaliation. Retaliation. Harass, harassment,
Harassment.
harassment, fraud, fraud,
Now, murder is a
as-
noun. So what goes before a noun? Usually
um,
an adjective.
yes, adjective, yes.
So what's the
Uh,
best adjective here?
maybe distress, maybe.
Distress is not it's not an adjective. That's a noun. I feel distress. Insult is not an adjective. It's a noun. So that gives
Yeah.
you two choices. Either infected or attempted. Those are only two choices.
Attempted.
Attempted murder. So he's claiming that someone tried to kill him. That's what he's trying to say. Okay, we're back to hide. After attempted murder,
Intentional infliction of emotional insult.
of emotional, say again?
Insult. Insult. No?
Insult. Uh-oh.
Insult.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh. Because insult is countable. So we wouldn't say an intentional emotional insult. We'd have to say insults.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't keep. That's not a choice. So you have to use the other one. The only other noun possible would be what?
Distress.
Distress is the only one that works. Right? Intentional infliction of emotional distress.
And conspiracy to defraud.
That's right. And finally, Julio, finish it up for us.
Mm, and conspiracy to defraud. Why? Well, it's because last month a rabies infected dog bit his finger on a city bus.
Bite or
Then,
bit?
sorry, bit.
Bit, right.
Bit is in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, and then a Chinese couple took photos of him without asking. And to add insult to injury, he is
Correct.
routinely overcharged for coffee at LaGuardia Airport.
And if you've ever had the coffee at LaGuardia Airport, the real insult is just the coffee itself. So I would highly suggest go to Starbucks. It's probably better.
He could have said attempt to poisoning by
Could have.
LaGuardia Airport. Yeah.
Could have. But look at that expression at the end. To add insult to injury. To add insult to injury. That's a great expression. That means to make the humiliation even worse than what it is. To add insult to injury. Keep that in mind. Write that down in your little notebooks because that's a
It's
very good
like
expression.
twisting the knife, rubbing
Exactly.
salt on the worm, kicking you in the balls.
Why aren't you teaching this class? What am I doing here? You should be doing it. You know
Because
more
I
than
don't
me.
have the looks.
You
Do
don't
you
have the
have the
looks?
looks? No.
Yeah, I look great. Hey, I got some questions for all of you. Let me see if I can paste these in the in a second here. Let me see if I can copy and paste them. I'm gonna ask them, but I want you to read them too. Here we go. My questions are, I've got some just general questions, things that we can think about. So forget the comprehension questions. Let's go down to the discussion questions, and you'll notice I've pasted here as the first 9. Some of these are going to be kind of duplicates here because I'm just doing this really quickly. And there are the rest. Okay, well, there's not 28. I'll clean this up as we go along, but I'm going to pick some of these. You can pick ones that interest you as well, And let's talk about these. Let me just. Oh, I don't know why the little letters appeared. They shouldn't have appeared. Let me just get rid of the extra ones. So my first question is, I'd like to start with this question, question number 15. And I want to ask the group, what do you think of the list? What do you think of the list of things that the man is suing for? What do you think about that? What's your opinion about his list of grievances?
Well, I think they are very reasonable reasons to sue the state of New York.
They're
Probably I'll
very,
do the same.
they're very
Yeah.
what? Very what? Reasonable?
Reasonable? Yeah,
Yeah.
reasonable.
If I was
Probably
making,
I'll do the same.
if I was, oh, I gotta stop sharing my screen because you're looking at the Hangout. You should be looking at me. Um, uh, so, do you remember, by the way, I'm sorry, Ivan, I didn't see you come in. I just saw you right now. I didn't see you. You came in so quietly.
Hi,
Where are you
how
from,
you
Ivan?
doing? I'm from Bogota.
From Bogota. Oh,
Yeah.
right, because when I teach at night, everyone from South America appears. I don't normally teach at night. I'm used to all these Spanish speakers from Spain. That's why I figured Julio, that's why I thought you were from Spain when I guessed. But I forgot it's night for me, so that it's afternoon for you.
Yes, it's a good time.
Yeah,
Saturday
that's a good day. For me, it's already Sunday.
afternoon.
Let's see, 12 minutes is going to be Sunday for me. I'm in a
Where are
different
you?
time zone. I'm in Portugal.
That's right.
I'm in Portugal right now, and it's late, and it's time for me to go to sleep. But not yet. Not yet. In 12 minutes. Do you
Okay,
remember?
okay.
Do you remember the case? This was a big news item. I don't know, 10 years ago, about the woman who sued McDonald's for, I think it was like something like $1 million or more, $6 million, something like that, because she burned her lip on the coffee cup.
Oh,
And she
little.
said, yeah, and she
I
said,
heard he put the coffee cup on her side, and she was driving car,
yeah,
and then the coffee spilled on her thigh. Then he burned leg.
uh-huh,
Then he sued McDonald's. He earned a lot of money.
yeah. She won. I think it was a
won.
she, no? I don't remember if it was a she or he, but whoever it was, the person sued and won because there was no warning written on the coffee cup that the coffee was hot. Does that remind you of this story a little bit? Kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, and another case is someone put their cat on the microwave to dry up her cat.
No.
At first she washed her cat and she
I do
wanted
that all the
dry
time.
cat quickly. Then she put her cat in microwave. Naturally, cat died. She sued the electronic company.
Because there was no warning saying
There was no one here.
don't put your cat in the microwave?
Yeah.
Right. So what do you think about that? Do you think that's reasonable? Should there be
Irrational.
warnings everywhere?
It's irrational.
Do you think
Did she won?
do you th Yeah, did she win? Hi, did she win?
Yes.
I think so.
You got to find out. You got to do some research.
She
and find
won.
out.
She won to the zillion cats.
She
And
won undezillion.
worst case I heard is someone wanted to invade and break in the church, so he was working on the roof.
Right?
Roof suddenly broken. Then she fell down. He got injured, so he sued the church.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he sued God.
Yeah,
Oh.
but he's a thief. He wanted to try to steal something.
Sorry, my cat was making noise. I had to throw something
Very
at him.
irrational cases. A lot of
Well,
irrational
Let me
cases.
ask you something. In America, you can sue McDonald's and get away with it. I know another case. My cat is. Hold on one second. I just have to beat my pet. 1 second, because it's going to destroy the bed. Hold on. Have to protect my property from my cat, or else he'll destroy it. In America, you can do these things and get away with it because we have lots of lawyers. I know a case in the UK. This is a famous case. You might have seen the documentary floating around on YouTube or whatever, of people who were protesting at McDonald's in the UK, and they were saying things. I don't remember exactly what it was. If it was about the conditions of the animals or they were using. I don't remember exactly what the details were now, um, but they were picketing. They had little picket signs in front of one of the McDonald's, and they were sued by the McDonald's Corporation for slander. In other words, because they were saying something bad and hurting the public image of McDonald's, they were taken to court, and they decided that they would fight it, but they didn't have money for a lawyer. This was a couple. So they decided to represent themselves. And it went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and it went outside of England. It went to the European Court of Justice after like 10 years. Did anyone ever hear of this? It was called the McLibel case, because it was completely beyond human comprehension. They were suing these people for picketing McDonald's, making it look bad. But apparently, everything that they were saying in their little billboards or their picket signs was true. They weren't making anything up. But the fact that they were saying something bad and hurting the public image of McDonald's was enough to have them get sued. And they, I believe, lost the lawsuit or something like that, but they won a kind of a countersuit at the European level. But they didn't change the libel laws. Moral of the story is this. In America, we got lots of lawyers, and you could probably sue for crazy things and get away with it. What about where you are? Could something like this, could someone sue where you are because of being overcharged for coffee at the airport? Is this just an American phenomenon, or do you think this could happen anywhere?
In Japan, it doesn't matter if you win or no. You can pay a lot of money to the court and even the lawyers. After the lawyer win, she got more money, but at least you need to pay the money. So people hesitate to sue for small things.
So in other words, if you have the money to sue, but in Japan, can you win? Can you win a huge settlement, or it's not worth it?
But I heard American the fee to pay the lawyer is almost free. If lawyer win, he gain a lot of money, right?
Not in my experience. In my experience, lawyers cost a lot of money. I remember one time I had a problem with a landlord, and I went to see a lawyer, and I was a kid, I was really young, and I went to the kind of a lawyer service, and the guy was kind of, he had kind of long hair, he was kind of a beatnik, and he was an old guy, and he said, look, you don't have any money, you might as well leave the office, but let me tell you, I can't advise you anything, but if I were going to advise you, I would tell you to go to the Department of Buildings and look up the building. And I'd tell you to go to room 403 where you can find the records. And I would tell you in 403 to talk to Jake. And he told me what to do for free because he was being nice. And I think I had to pay like $20 because there was some special service. And I went to the Department of Buildings, looked up the building, and indeed my apartment was totally illegal. And I actually won the case without a lawyer because he was renting the room illegally, renting the apartment illegally. But I think that's the exception to the rule. I think generally lawyers cost a lot of money everywhere, and in the States it's no different. But you might be right. They might be able to work out a deal where, I'll represent you, and if I win, I get this percentage or something like that. Whereas in here in Portugal, that wouldn't happen. You have to pay them up front or forget it. So you might be right about that. What does everyone think about this guy's chances of winning his case? Do you think he's going to win?
If you win in the court, a Japanese court, you can earn the compensation very low, much lower than American. Maybe
That's probably true.
$10,000 or so.
$10,000 not worth it.
Yeah.
What do you
I think this guy has a good chance to win the lawsuit.
really?
First of all, you pay a lot of taxes to the government and to the city for making habitable, to make it suited for your everyday activities. And obviously, that city is not suited for a man like Mr. Pureza, Pur something like that.
Purissima.
Purissima. Yeah, I mean, there should be laws against Chinese people
He's not
taking
Chinese though.
pictures. He said
Oh, I see.
Chinese. They say
Oh, right,
Chinese.
right, 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 right. Yeah.
No,
He
I'm just
said
quoting.
Chinese. He said Chinese because they had a camera.
Well, I don't know. I'm just quoting. I'm just reading what the text said, so it's not. Or
He
and
prob-
they should.
he
There should
probably
be.
wouldn't even know the difference.
So
Do you
yeah, I
think
think
that
he might win. Yeah, why not?
Do you think that New York City is at fault in any of his grievances? Do you think the city is actually at fault or should be? I don't think he's going to win undezillion dollars, but do you think that any of those grievances he mentioned are legitimate?
Yes,
I
probably,
mean,
and probably you should look background of the lawsuit. Maybe there were some complaints already of that people wanted the city to take action against dogs or stray dogs or against people taking pictures, and those demands were overlooked by the city. So
yeah,
probably
yeah.
there were warnings already, and this guy actually happened to be the affected one.
Uh,
So who
If
knows?
if you're on public transportation, right, and you get bitten by a dog, does that mean that the transportation company needs to compensate you? That's
Totally.
Yeah.
Because
So
you are paying to have a safe um, way of commute yourself to a
safe
different
safe
place,
passage. Safe
a
passage.
safe passage. Okay, you are paying for that, and you are thinking that if you are going to pay for a service, you're at least going to be secure inside that passage, and that didn't happen.
That's true. Let me ask you another
Well, actually,
question.
I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer teacher. That's why I'm telling you this.
Excellent. I
Yeah,
need I need
You
I
have to
need a
look at it
lawyer.
differently.
I need a lawyer. I'm glad you're here. I got someone to help me with Dubai, and now I've got a lawyer. Perfect. Let me ask you another question. Let's imagine, because you know this is a big problem in the age of global warming. Let's imagine you're on the subway and you get bitten by a mosquito. And when you get home, you come down with what's it called? West Nile, right? You start sweating profusely, and you have a terrible disease because it's spreadable through mosquitoes. Is is the Metropolitan Transit Authority responsible? Because if it's a dog, okay, but what if it's a mosquito? In the metro in Lisbon, there's always mosquitoes. I can never figure out where they're coming from, right? Because it doesn't seem like the well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a perfect mosquito environment. I don't know. I guess they're happy because there's lots of people. But it seems weird because there aren't stagnant pools of water everywhere. But there's always these mosquitoes, night, day, winter, summer. You're always getting bitten, right? So what about that case? At what point is it what we call in legal terms an act of God, and at what point is someone actually responsible? What do you think? So if it's a mosquito, are they still responsible? Give us your
I
legal opinion, Julio.
I think there is still some slight responsibility. I mean, at the end, you have to look at the procedures, and you have to be if they were following all the safety procedures to make the place mosquito free. And if you find that they actually didn't follow the procedures that were demanded by the city, uh, or by the public transportation I don't know, department or whatever,
Uh-huh.
probably you can have a case there.
Probably,
But
but
if they did,
how could you make it mosquito-free in the middle of a city, though? I can understand dog-free. It's
In
dogs.
Japan,
Dogs are big here.
old age, there are many the disease related to mosquitoes. So local government disinfect any place, a ditch or some place. So nowadays we can't see any mosquitoes.
They they
So
they should be
uh,
proactive at the very least. They should be. It's true.
so it's a local government responsibility.
It's a local government responsibility.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What's the difference between a mosquito and a python? Just that one is
Uh,
bigger than the
Dog has
other.
owner, so owner's responsibility.
was that a joke? I was waiting for the punchline.
No, it's not. It was not a
Oh,
joke.
that's so disappointing.
It was a legal statement. I mean, that's what I would say if I were in
Oh,
court. What's the difference between me being protected against a python and being protected against a mosquito? There's no difference. They are both threatening species for my life.
but
So
pythons don't fly through the air and grab you when you're not looking. They
no,
don't have.
but they can squeeze you to death.
That's true. They can. That's true. Hey, last question. Last question. Sorry.
Punchline.
This one is for Ivan because I haven't heard from you. Ivan, is it becoming too easy to sue other people? Are we turning into a culture of sewers? I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up. What do you think, Ivan? Do you think it's too
I
easy nowadays?
I think showing is profitable. So
Can be.
when it's a business going on and there is a market for that, you can get a lot of people involved suing each other because there's the defense of self-interest, I think. So
Absolutely.
if you believe that someone had the right and won the case, you could be encouraged to proceed like the man example.
You could I didn't catch the last part. You could demand an example, you said? Set an example, you said.
Yeah,
Set an example.
exact. Like you should a people from not for trespassing your property because they are not allowed to work into your property. So you won the case and you receive compensation. That's all.
That's right. So, I don't know if you're pro suing or anti suing, Ivan. It sounds like you think it's not a bad trend. You sound like you're okay with it.
I'm okay.
You're okay with it. I think,
Yeah, yeah. If you won your case, right?
yeah.
You
If
are you're right. You are okay with that.
but
It
but on
definitely makes the world safer. Imagine, have you ever thought how many lives were protected by being burned and to have severe scars thanks to the McDonald lawsuit?
how many which? Sorry, how many
Lips,
leaves?
lips.
Leaves?
Yeah,
Oh, lips. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. How
lips.
many lips? I think about that all the time, Julio. All the time.
Yeah, I'm
I
actually
stay up at
looking at your lips right now, and thank God they are not burned.
They've been burned many times, many
But
times.
no, not to McDonald, not for McDonald's anymore.
No, that's true. That's not true. That's true. Not McDonald's. Not anymore, because of people like you, Julio, protecting us. On that note, unfortunately, we're at the end of the hour. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll leave you with a little homework if you'd like to try. On this document that I'm sharing with you, when the class ends, I'm going to give you a little exercise at the bottom which says close, which means you'll see put the correct words from the table below. So I'm going to paste a copy of the text and a set of words. So this is a different set of words than we used in the beginning, the synonyms, and a different set of words that we did in the listening. So it's going to be a lot of prepositions and things like that. Okay, so what your goal will be is for homework, you read it again, try to put in the missing word, think about our strategy about using the part of speech, and I'll post the answers at the very bottom so you can self-correct. And any questions or comments, you can send me a message on Verbling, and I'll be happy to answer it. Don't forget, go to my profile and click follow so it's easy for us to find each other. And that's it for now. I'll be back Monday morning, bright and early, for 2 classes. One is a pronunciation class, and then we have our business series every day at 11 GMT. And we're doing job performance, evaluations and job performance. Okay? Have a great weekend, have a great Sunday, and try the homework. Bye for now, everyone.
Thank
See you
you very
soon.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.